Hello, I hope you've had a nice day. Today I'm literally going to do a no makeup that looks like I've hardly got anything on. I've got a little bit of mascara on at the moment because I have been doing some little videos for Cosmetics today. So I didn't want to take that off and put it on again because my hay fever is quite prominent at the moment and I knew it'd make my eyes water. So if you excuse that, everything else is fresh. And I'm just going to start by putting a nice bit of moisturiser on. I've already moisturised and put sun cream and all sorts on today. However, I just want to make sure I am really hydrated for this. So what I'm going to use is this Bye Bye Redness cream from It. And it's designed to just be used on the red areas to neutralise them a bit. And I'm only going to put this where I am actually red. Now it is a little bit warmer than my complexion at the moment. So it's, you know, there is going to be a little bit of buffing and all the rest of it needed. But what I want to do is just apply the coverage where it's actually needed, as opposed to going all over my whole skin for the sake of it. Now the finish on this is quite velvety. I actually, to tell you the truth, I filmed this yesterday and for one reason and another, the actual video didn't quite come out right. So I didn't end up using it. And then later on, I was on FaceTime to one of my friends and he said, "What have you done today? It's so different. Like, what's different about your skin?" And I said, "I've done my makeup completely differently." And even my mum was like, "What's gone on? What have you used?" And it was actually what I hadn't used, because I hadn't used anywhere near as much makeup. I'd just been really clever with where I'd put it. And to be honest, yesterday, I think we can all agree that there are up days and not so up days, and I just found myself a bit grumpy yesterday, and I was looking at it thinking if I'd just been a bit more patient with that, it would have come out lovely. So I'm going to try and be nice and gentle today, using a nice soft fluffy brush. There's a spot up there. I feel like my fringe will get away with that one. That was quite a lot. Now, one of my favourite tips for any kind of makeup, but especially if you're going for a no makeup kind of makeup, is you can always build it up, but it's much harder to take it down. So just start gently and work your way up. Now, I feel like that's enough to just cover some of those areas. I'm using this particular product. You can use whatever you usually use on your complexion for a bit of coverage. That might be your concealer, it might be a tinted moisturiser, it might be a foundation that you're just going to pat into these areas. And I'm using a nice, clean, fluffy brush. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is take a cream. Oh, I've bought the wrong thing over here. Just one moment, I'm going to take a cream bronzer and highlighter. Here we go. They're identical packaging, those two. That was a blush, but I want my bronzer. So I'm going to pat the excess on the back of my hand before I go into the skin, which is a lesson I learned when I did this yesterday and it didn't come out very well. Got a little hair there. Okay, I'm going to very gently pat this in. Now, what I love about a cream is that it's great to give a little bit of extra luminosity, doesn't sit in any fine lines, and also blends out so well. So this should hopefully give a nice seamless finish. I'm going to go right down the nose with this. Oh, the hair is on there. You'll notice that I didn't put any coverage on my nose. Now, this is a tip I learned in a Laura Capon video this week. I mean, I'm going on about her yet again, but she was saying that she learned this tip that it's a trick of the eye. If you don't put too much coverage on the end of your nose, you look like you've hardly got any makeup on. And I think that works two ways. So if you want to look really polished, make sure you don't forget the tip of your nose. And if you want to look like you've hardly got anything on, get a little bit of blusher or something on the end of your nose. See? You can do equal and opposite reactions to all of these things. Now I've actually kind of buffed some of the coverage off those spots, but I mean, who cares? It's okay, we'll work it all out. So I'm just going to build that cream bronzer around that hairline. I'm patting the excess into my hand and then picking it up again. Now you'll notice I'm not scrubbing, I'm patting, and that's because I don't want to remove what I've already put on, and I don't want to rub my skin too much because personally I'm so red. That's not what I want to be doing. I'm now going to take my hands and a little bit of, there's like a glossy illuminator in this. And I'm going to put that all the way down the cheek. You just look like you've been for your daily walk. Nice and glowy. There's no artificial shimmer to this. It's literally like a gloss, I would say. And again, I'm just pressing that in rather than rubbing it. I'm going to chance a tiny bit on those brow bones. Got a nice soft layer of mascara, so I hope it's not going to press. We'll soon see. I've got something tickling me there. I'm barely using any pressure. Just going to tickle that away. I'm going to be too distracted if I don't give it a tickle. Okay, I'm going to go in with some clear brow gel and just get those brows brushed up and neat and tidy. Oh, do you know what I've just thought? I forgot to take a before photo of this. But I bet it would have been so good to show that even though it's hardly anything, it can still make such a difference. But anyway, again, if you haven't got a brow gel, you could do this with a bit of soap and water. So there's always a way around it. Use up whatever you've got at home. Don't go thinking, oh, I must use that exact thing, because it's just not the case. Now, I'm going to draw on some fake freckles. Again, you might want to use a little brown eyeshadow to do this, or a lip liner. This is a cream, well, like a liquid. And I'm just going to dot them on and use my finger to A, soften them, and B, spread them. I mean, they're more like little drops of rain, but they'll be fine. I'm going to be able to pat them out. I'm going to go right across the cheeks, make it look like I've been in the garden all day. I've been in the window looking at the garden, but I'm going to go and have a nice sit down on the lawn now. I'm actually going to put this up and then go and sit on the lawn. So if you do have any little questions or anything, just send them on and I will get back to you while I'm having a little lie in the garden. Have I gone too far with those ones? I'm going to quit while I'm ahead, but the ones on my cheeks look quite cute, don't they? Get a few on the end of the nose. Would you have freckles there? I don't know. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. And then I was gonna do a nice strong lip, but I think I'm just gonna stick to a bit of balm. So, tinted balm. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Key takeaways. little bit of product, build it up, rather than putting loads on and taking it down. Go for creams so that you look like there's hardly anything on, and draw on a few fake freckles to really cheat the illusion that there's nothing on there, and a nice soft layer of mascara. Okay, have a nice weekend and I'll be talking to you soon.